Hey Gemini, this is going to be your 1111 Stargate reading. So let's jump right on in and pull a couple of oracle cards to see what energy is surrounding this reading for you guys. And the first card that we have out for you is Peace. Let's grab another and see what other energies are surrounding my Gemini collective for the 1111 Stargate portal. And we have full moon eclipse. Conclusions are within reach. So starting off, it feels like for you guys that there has been a little period of tumultuous energy where things have felt a little bit out of balance, that you have a bit of a restless spirit about you, that things feel a little bit unfinished, that things might feel like they're in limbo. And it's almost like, okay, when is this going to be over? When are we going to finally sort of wrap these things up? And it feels like Spirit is saying it's coming, that this portal is going to unlock some energy coming towards you where you can finally sort of put things to rest, and that you can find a little bit of inner peace that I think you've been searching for a little bit. So Geminis, if things have been rough for a little bit, if you have had sleepless nights, if you've just been feeling like you've been stressed out or under a lot of pressure, understand that that energy is coming to an end and you will enter a new sort of peaceful phase of your life, which is a good thing. We all want peace. Nobody wants to be walking around stressed out all the time. So let's get into some tarot and see what other messages we can pick up for you. So we're going to start off by looking and seeing what you can do to actually step into this energy that this 1111 Stargate is bringing. So, okay, we have a couple that popped out, which is good. So we have the Six of Wands in reverse, and we also have the Magician. So again, what it feels like with the Six of Wands in reverse is that you have been sort of not achieving the things that maybe you have wanted to. You haven't gotten the recognition or acknowledgement from other folks that you have. And the best way to sort of take in all of this energy from the upcoming 1111 Stargate is with the Magician card, to use all of your skills, to use all of the lessons that you've learned, to use all of the tools and resources that you have at your disposal to sort of push forward and find a resolution to whatever this issue is that you've been encountering. So this could be within your sort of working life, how you make money. This could have to do with your relationships, whether they're romantic or not. It almost feels like a sense of you having the answers already, but not necessarily realizing it, or not necessarily taking advantage of what's open and available to you to be able to get out of this energy. So I feel like Spirit is asking you to sort of take a step back and take inventory of the things that it is that you want to achieve and what you have available to you now to get closer to that point. There might be some things that you are overlooking, and those resources could be other people, where you sort of pick their brain about what it is that you should do to move forward. It could be, some forgotten assets, that you might not have thought about. So just as an example, if you are looking for some additional money, right? There are typically, like, in every single state, they have this database of lost money that you go in and you type your name in, and maybe you had an old bank account that you forgot about and there's like a check that's waiting for you. So it feels like Spirit is telling you to sort of step outside of your box and start to explore alternative paths to get to where it is that you want to be. There's something that you're not taking into account right now that can be super helpful in sort of wrapping this issue up. Now, what you need to be aware of for this energy of 1111, we have the Nine of Wands in reverse. And this is not necessarily a bad card, right? Because the Nine of Wands, when it's upright, it typically is represented by a person who's holding on to this one little stick. They got bandages on, they got a couple of bruises, like they have been through some stuff, but they're still standing, right? But having it in reverse, it almost feels as though that type of energy is over. That feeling of barely hanging on, that feeling of, sort of being the last man standing, the last survivor, is on its way out. And it feels like you're going to be building up your strength from this point forward. And we also have Temperance in reverse. And I love these two cards together because Temperance is really the card of patience. It's the card of balance. And so what it feels like is that to get out of this, you're going to have to be a little less patient, right? You're going to have to use whatever frustration it is that you're feeling to propel yourself forward. So it feels like, to get to the place where you want to be, to get to this place of peace and find some sort of resolution to whatever issues you're experiencing right now, you're going to have to push yourself forward. You are going to have to sort of get out of that tired energy where you're just kind of sitting like, I don't know when this is going to come to an end, but I'm just ready for it to come to an end. I'm tired. I'm exhausted. I don't know how much more I have to give. This is that last push. So that's something that Spirit, I think, wants you to be aware of. So as far as what you're putting out into the universe right now, the energies, the intentions that you're sort of sending out to the universe, whether it's intentional or not, we have the Foolish Man. So this is the Fool card in traditional tarot. It's really about taking a leap of faith, even if you can't necessarily see the path forward, and understanding that Spirit is going to catch you, that it's not going to let you fall. So I think that deep down, you know that it's time to move. And while you're not entirely sure of the direction right now, this is something that you often think about, like, yeah, I can do this or I can do that, but you don't necessarily make those moves towards doing those things. So look at this. We have the Two of Wands and we also have the Two of Swords. So again, this is sort of that confusion that you might have. These are both decision cards for me. The Two of Wands and the Two of Swords is having to make a choice, being at a crossroads. Do you try something different? Do you try something new? Do you take a chance even if you don't know how it's going to turn out? And what it feels like is that if you do take this chance, it's not going to put you in a worse situation than where you are right now. So thinking outside of the box, trying something new, trying something different that you haven't explored before, feels like it's going to work out pretty well for you. It's really about seeing things in a different perspective. So I think that once you sort of make that decision to take that chance, then you'll see things shifting. You'll see opportunities opening up for you that will help you come to your final conclusion so that you can be at peace with all of this. So in terms of aligning with your intention, which I think overall is really just getting out of this energy, this one flipped out, we have Fortitude, Strength. This is the Strength card. So we've already talked a little bit about you sort of pushing through whatever it is that you're experiencing right now, using all of your tools, resources, lessons, skills, all of that good stuff, everything that you have in you. You're going to have to tap into that in order to have some sort of forward movement so you can sort of get out of this space. And we also have the Seven of Pentacles in reverse. So again, this Seven of Pentacles in traditional tarot is really all about planting seeds and waiting and cultivating and nurturing and being patient and all of that good stuff. And I think for a lot of situations, then that's what's required, right? There's no instant gratification. Sometimes things take some time to build up, and then you finally get to the point where you can harvest everything that you have planted. This doesn't seem to be that type of situation where you just sort of plant these seeds and you sit around and you wait and you twiddle your thumbs and you water them every now and again. It almost feels like Spirit is compelling you to move forward in a more rapid and purposeful way. So aligning with your intentions of getting out of this energy is absolutely going to require some action on your part. This is not the time for you to sort of sit on the sidelines and wait for something to happen. You're going to have to make this happen yourself. Now, the downloads or messages that you're going to get over the next few days in this energy, we have the Seven of Swords. Now, this is an interesting energy because I think as you get closer to your ultimate goal of wrapping things up and finding your peace, there may be some people around you that seem to be sort of sabotaging. The Seven of Swords is a very sort of deceptive, thief in the night type of energy. So as you start seeing people that appear to be interfering in your plans, or situations that come up that almost try to derail you, it really feels as though you're moving closer to your goals. And there might be some people that don't agree with what it is that you want. You're going to have to push through. And we have that clarified by the Three of Swords. So this is really all about interpersonal relationships, I think, where the Three of Swords represents disappointment, heartbreak, things of that nature. So I think that as you get closer to your goal, as you get closer to finding your own conclusion and achieving your peace, that there are going to be people who are trying to stop you. So understand that that's not a reflection on what it is that you want or your ability to actually achieve your peace and your goals that you've set for yourself. It's a reflection of other people not being comfortable with your new path. It almost feels as though there are some people that want to keep you in chaos because maybe, that you feel guilted into helping them or overextending yourself for them, giving more to them than you are giving to yourself. So when you see the people around you being resistant to your changes, to your discovery of self, and using everything that you have in your emotional, spiritual, physical arsenal, that means that you're on the right path. But you are going to have to keep moving forward, and you're going to have to tap into your inner strength to do so. Now, over the next few months, the energy that's sort of coming towards you as a result of this 1111 Stargate portal, we have the King of Wands in reverse. Now, the King of Wands is a very fiery, authoritative energy. I don't think that that's necessarily coming from you as reflected in this card and in the context of this spread. I do think that you're going to start seeing other people's impact on you diminishing. You're going to see it fading off a little bit. It's almost as if your strength is so abundant and so apparent that people are going to realize that they can't operate with you the same way that they have been operating before. So I do think that you are going to have a little bit of a reprieve from the energy that other people are sort of directing your way. And we have that clarified by the Two of Pentacles in reverse. So the Two of Pentacles is really about juggling. It's about finding balance. And so don't be surprised if throughout this process that you feel a little bit off center, that you might feel a little bit out of balance, out of sync with the people around you. It's going to be a necessary part of the process as you find your own equilibrium and start weeding out those people who are not necessarily aligned with your new path. So it looks like there might be a couple of bumps along the road, but understand that when you start seeing this resistance from other people, it means that you're on the right path for you. And at some point, when all of this starts calming down, when people start recognizing that you are not going to be deterred from this path, then you will have your conclusion and you will find peace. So Geminis, that's what I got for you. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed this, and I will see you on the next one.